Welcome back. In this video we're going to cover our troop screen. From this point, any units that you are affiliated with, and that's another great thing about Scoutbook, is you can have one account and deal with multiple units. And your administrator, if you're going to use Scoutbook in a new unit and you already have an account, please let your administrator know that, because they can add Scoutbook to your existing account rather than creating you a new one. But let's hop right into our troop, which is Troop 75. As I've mentioned earlier, this demo leader only has access to one scout in the troop. So your visual display would be a bit different if you had multiple kids to look at. As we see here, this leads up top how many scouts are in the troop, how many leaders have activated accounts. But we will only see, even though it lists 13 scouts there, we will only see one because this leader only has permissions for that one scout. There's a troop award section that we'll talk about later. We have our patrols listed, and when you go into them you would see the scouts in that patrol. The actual two patrols in my troop are the Eagle Patrol and the Falcon Patrol. And for the purpose of this demo, I created the Fantastic Patrol. I also created, it's an older term for those of you who've been around, the Leadership Corps Patrol. And that's where I've placed my senior patrol leaders, assistant senior patrol leaders, guys, men without a patrol, so to speak. I know in some troops they still consider them within a certain patrol. We've opted not to do that, so that's sort of a paper patrol. If you go into the Fantastic Patrol, you will see we have one scout in the patrol. You can assign adult leaders to a patrol in this program. We commonly don't do that in scouting. I know there are some troops that do assign an assistant scoutmaster to sort of guide that patrol. That's not really necessary for purpose of this program. I believe that's there because this also is used in Cub Scouting, so the den leaders would end up there. But it is a feature that's available if you choose to use it. We have a listing of all our scouts in the patrol. And we could do the send message and the quick entry, which we'll deal with back on the main screen. But you go into your scout there, but we'll get back to him later. So we're going to go back a screen. And from our troop roster page, we will see the roster of our entire troop, including all leaders and all scouts who we're connected to. And you can hop into them and deal with them from there. Our troop forum is covered under the video dealing with messaging and all that other stuff. You can visit the troop forum, though, directly from this window. The same with the send messaging. The quick entry window basically allows us to go in and enter items for multiple scouts at the same time. So, for example, if we go on a camping trip, I can go in, and obviously, I'll mention it again, I only have one scout available to me. I'm going to put in there that he was on that trip. If there was 10 scouts there, I would check each of their names. I can put in the camp name, which in this case was the neutral zone. I think that's what it was called. It's been a while since I did my Fantastic Four. The camping dates. Say we went from Friday and we went for 2 days. Oh, not 12 days. Not summer camp yet. For those of you who track frost points, or for those of you who don't, basically frost points being each degree below freezing per night. So on a 2-night trip, if it was 3 degrees below freezing one night and 2 on the other, you can award 5 frost points for this trip. Our notes journal area, anything we want to put about this trip to jog our memory in the future. And we're going to update. And this would install this in every Scout's record. The same goes if we're doing a merit badge, some merit badge requirements, we can enter them in. What's nice about this is if we cover some merit badge requirements at a troop meeting, it doesn't. In the past, we've always turned around and said to the guys, okay, make sure to get your blue card back to me tonight. So all of a sudden the Scoutmaster is deluged with a whole host of kids asking him to do blue cards. Well, we can quickly enter the data here, and as you'll see later on, the Scoutmaster can actually print out directly onto the blue cards. Tell the Scoutmaster about that. You will be signed up to your Scoutbook in an instant. But if I go into Enter Merit Badges, it will bring me to the appropriate screen. And I can click on my Scout. I can go and click that they have earned a particular merit badge. If you want to put in individual requirements for a merit badge, that's done through the individual Scout's record. We talk about reporting in a different area, but we have an extra report added here, and that's the need purchasing report, which I mentioned. So you can print out your purchase order. The reason that is on this screen and not on the general reporting screen is the need purchasing report is troop specific. So if you're involved both the troop and the pack and you're both on Scoutbook, you will only get the troops items ordered here. And then finally, if I didn't hit the wrong key too quickly, we have our merit badge counselor list. Again, only available to leaders. We can choose see the list for all badges. Proximity to your home zip code, I'm going to put any distance. Availability for, I only want merit badge counselors who are available. And I'm going to see all the merit badge counselors in my troop and what they are counselor for. And for example, this happens to be my personal account. I can see that I'm a counselor for Troop 75, not for the district, not for the council. And then all the merit badges that I'm authorized to do. And that will be the end of our discussion of the troop screen. Check back in our next video when we get directly into a Scout and doing